gaming and social media, new ways to interact with communities.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Woo! So it's good. First of all, a massive shout out to AIBC, to the entire network. I think we've all had a great 2 days. I'm sure everyone's enjoyed themselves. Hola, Olga, thank you to you for arranging, for being behind us all, the team. So I introduce myself. I'm Avi. I'm the co-founder of NextGen and numerous other companies who work in Web3 and blockchain, crypto. But I introduce, I think you guys can introduce yourselves. Go ahead, Seve.
Hello, my name is Seve. I'm running a marketing communications agency, and we come across the issue of the necessity to make clients, brands in different verticals, in different spheres, adopt Web3. So we are doing a lot of educational stuff with them, so everybody gets how it's working. Everybody gets what these tech developments imply for marketing, like how marketing works in Web3. Yeah, so
you don't have to be modest, guys. He works for Vondel. They work with so many big companies, including Pepsi and many other big companies. So
a lot of companies, like Pepsi, Apple,
big expertise and experience here on stage. Aaron.
So, my name is Aaron Zarb. Hello, nice to meet all of you guys on the panel. As you can see, I am artistic director of Metaverse Architects. We do a lot of different things. Mainly what we do is we produce games. And we produce games for the Metaverse, and we produce games for kids that just want to have a good game to play. Right? 2 things to know about me. I'm an artist first, and I'm a gamer second.
And he's actually local from Malta, so big shout out to that.
Yeah.
We love having local people with us. Finally, Slava at the end over there. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Slava. I'm running marketing agency Husky. We work with games for 13 years. Me personally works for tier 1 companies for 8 years with 500 million users. And for 3 years, I guess, we are launching our own Web3 games. Part of them gained success. Even one product gained 2,050K users, which is pretty cool for Web3 gaming industry. So we are focusing on growth marketing for Web3 games and launching our own products in this field.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Like I said, experienced, a great panelist up with us today. Quick question of the crowd. How many people here own an NFT? Oh, whoa, the hands are going up. The hands are going up. That's great. So obviously, surrounded by gaming and gambling, we're living in a little bit of a different world in NFTs, blockchain, crypto, etc. So the first thing I want to ask you guys, and we just finished up a great panel about the future of how gaming is going to go. So because Seve, you're a little bit less, but all of us are involved in blockchain and NFT, the market, etc. Is there any feature that you would imagine or see in blockchain and NFTs in the market that we live in that we could take into the gaming world? Meaning the gaming world doesn't really exist much in Web3 at all on a mass scale. So which feature or addition could we take that would be able to take into the Web3 world? Anyone go take it?
Can I take the word first? Want to highlight one thing that for the last 5 months we work with different VCs, and what we hear from them that they don't want to hear that we plan to breach Web 2 and Web 3 games, because no one actually believes in this. Like, there are no actual players in Web 3, and this is a topic that really Hollywood everywhere. And when we say that what features from blockchain will drive Web 2 gaming, I think the main thing is blockchain creates different kind of layers for Web 2 gaming, but actually it doesn't make any transformation for the industry. Because, for example, Roblox has 50 million daily active users and Alien Worlds 130K. How this whole thing can transform such a big thing? Only by adding different kind of layers and mechanics. And first of all, it's security. When Web2 games use blockchain for transparency and security, so the users, like, they care about users, giving them blockchain technologies which gave them security. Like, I think it's the main thing right now.
For sure. I mean, before you tell us, Seve, just one point. I'm the biggest believer that we should stop talking about Web 2 and Web 3 and NFTs, and it's just to improve gaming. But go ahead, Seve. I want to hear what you have to say.
So that's just what I wanted to say. That actually Web 3 provides the tools and facilitates potential development of gaming ecosystem. Because, for example, you have this tokenization, so you can do very nice collabs. Like, for example, you get a token in one game, and then you can go and use it in another game, or you can go and buy something in Metaverse, for example. Yeah. So there's you have, for example, you have the gamers who play FIFA, you have the gamers who play Roblox, whatever, and then you make a collab which brings them together and increases twofold. You have the increase in the game. So that's a very good perspective if you look at this. Yeah. So you can use this technical stuff to create this whole ecosystem of collaborations between different games and not only games. Yes,
that's a marketing head. Look at you, like spinning out how we're going to be able to market successfully. Go ahead, Aaron.
I think this is a very interesting conversation to have. Basically, I agree. Thinking of what can Web3 give to Web2 games, right? Do gamers even want Web3 integration? First off, what do gamers want? They want good games. I'm an avid gamer myself. I started playing Ghost of Tsushima like 2 weeks ago. I already have 48 hours clocked in. What do I get in return? Absolutely nothing. What I do get is I've ingested a story. I've learned something new about myself. I've explored another aspect of my morality. These are all things that are going to stick with me for my entire life. Having an NFT in my wallet or an asset that I can drag from one game to the other, it's not going to do as much for me as a well-designed game will. So I think when we're looking at this type of conversation, we always need to remember that Web3 can bring a lot of really new and innovative things to the space. Gamers can do more with Web3. If you have ownership over your assets, that gives you monetary return. If I am spending 48 hours on a game and I'm not getting jack for that, that is a loss of time, right? It's a loss of investment. But if we are able to then integrate certain things for gamers to be able to invest their time into a platform that's going to return something back to them in terms of story, in terms of cinematography, in terms of morality, and then add on a sprinkle of something that can give them monetary value, something that they can then use later on in their lives. I think this is how we're going to start seeing Web3 parts coming into the normal gaming sphere, so to say.
Actually, I remember about going back about 1.5 years ago, one of the things I spoke numerous times about, and I was like, let's drop Web 3 and call it Web 2.0 or 2.5, because like you're saying, we want to try and improve the existing experience rather than transferring people from an existing world into a new world.
I would like to point out that there is actually a big difference between Web 2.0 and Web 3, because when Web 2.0 appeared, you remember there was like social media and everybody, okay, the media is owned by everybody. So what you have now is basically that one person owns your data, filters out, so censors what you do there. I don't know how many of you heard about Fediverse. There is this thing that a lot of decentralized social media. So the biggest social media already have their decentralized analogs. The X, previously Twitter, Facebook, Threads is also going. The Instagram developed Threads is also going to decentralize. So there is this internet protocol called Activity Hub, and they are creating decentralized social media. And the idea is that this will be social media not controlled by somebody, by one person who developed it and provided the ecosystem, but it will rather be developed by all the contributors, and they can seamlessly integrate between their profiles on various social accounts. That's
alpha, guys. Big alpha coming out over here about decentralization of social media. Go ahead.
I completely agree. Just want to summarize one thing,
of course,
and highlight a couple of stuff. If you ask like regular employee in a big game dev company, what do you think about NFT? No.
No idea.
I don't want this in our games. And I don't want this in games that I played before. And like, that's the key thing. All big companies develop some Web3 stuff on the side. Like, no one takes NFT and put it like in a well-performed game.
NFT needs to be rebranded. We have to change NFTs to something new.
Big companies open some dedicated studios with another names, and running Web3 is a separate. So why we trying to fit Web3 games in Web2? We have to rid off of this.
I'll add to that also is that many times people want NFTs, and they were speaking before about tokens, and I'm like, guys, not everything has to have a token and an NFT. It can be decentralized. It could be on the blockchain. It doesn't have to have a token, and it doesn't have to be use every single dynamic. It's like going back to what we were discussing this morning about AI. Today, every single marketing feature says powered by AI. Everything is.
Absolutely.
I'm like, dude, your food doesn't have to be powered by AI. It's fine. You can have just good food. Yeah. So let's move on to something else that I think the three of you could really help us out with and give us a little tips about how you guys work, which would be marketing. So if let's say I have a game and I am including Web3 additions to it, what kind of Web3 additions or what kind of marketing would I use to be able to successfully attract, whether it's existing customers into my platform or people who are in my platform and move them over to Web3? I would imagine it goes similar to what we discussed till now, but go ahead and continue. Go ahead. And any of you. Go Aaron.
I'd like to interject a point.
Of course, go ahead.
And I see a lot of companies going into Web3, creating these projects, this gamification around their now company, right? And they market it the same as they would market anything else. Mass media, press releases, reach as many people as you possibly can. Whereas with a gaming community, it's very different. So we see Decentraland, for example, which is a platform that I'm very familiar with. Its user base is so low, and the user base that are still there are people that have been invested in this project since the beginning. And they can't really attract new people because the technology simply is just not there yet. The way that companies can go about marketing these games, these assets, this Web3 integration and do it well is to create a community behind it. So if you're reaching 1 million people, but of those 1 million people, only 10 of them are interested, you've already started on a bad foot. If you market towards a community, if you market towards one person, on the ground marketing, speak to the people, understand what they want. The developers that listen to their gamers are the ones that make the best games, period. So if you start from there, you have one person, and that one person tells 2 of their friends about it. Now you have 3. If those 2 friends tell another 2 friends, now you have 7. And it can snowball all the way there. And you do that by building a community that listens to each other. And the gamers that listen to the community.
The developers listen to the community. It's just, it's one of the biggest factors. It's actually in all business in the whole world. As a CEO or as a founder or as a developer, anything you do, if you don't listen to your customers, to your community, 9 times out of 10, you're going to struggle. Yeah, go ahead. That's Slava.
No, actually, if we step back in 10 years before, no one like built any Twitters, any socials for Web2 games. Like socials was like for support, for
right, and they were massive
updates. And only with Web3 community, adoption shows that it can be like considered like user acquisition channel. Like, so the point of this is for Web2 games, everyone knows what is user acquisition, right? Like media buyers, user acquisition specialists, they're everywhere. For Web3, no one knows how to gain users. Like several projects, several people who already did this. But when you go to marketing agency who doesn't specialize on this, like they don't know how to drive users. And that's the key thing of this.
Yeah, I think in terms of marketing Web3 in general, like what you have to do is do a lot of education at this stage, because quite a few people know how this all works, and that leaves a lot of space for scammers and all the types of fraud, and that's why the whole technology receives this bad reputation everywhere. Okay, so NFT is fraud, NFT is scam, so yeah, I don't want to do this. So first, you have to invest in education, and second, you have to create case studies. So that's what Slava said before about how you can use tokens or crypto assets in regular like material world. Like, create these successful case studies and show them to the world, so the people would not perceive it like, okay, some guy put some this from chewing gum, the insert, sold it for 10 million as an NFT, and then it went down, and everybody.
Who remembers? Someone just reminded me the other day, The Rock. Do you remember the Rock that they were selling for like hundreds of thousands the NFT? But Slava, you brought up a really interesting point, which actually just made me think that Web2 gaming successfully brought millions to hundreds of millions of users without building communities, without being so community-based, which is really, really, really interesting.
That's because in Web3 games, community is also financial driven. Yes, like no one comes to play Roblox for money. That's the key difference.
Right. Quick question to the crowd. Has anyone here ever played what we would consider a Web3 game? Oh, no one. Oh, you have? You have? Oh, there we are. Look at that. So either of you just intrigued to, do we have a mic for the crowd? Olga, do we have a mic for the crowd? Oh, we have. Either of you want to just tell us how you got there? Why? Oh, behind you or either? Go.
I actually work with Aaron, so...
Oh, so it's easy for you to
it was a
explain
bit
yourself.
easy. Sorry to disappoint.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
So for me, it was like just to understand what is the new features could be from like a research, because like working in the gaming field, you need to understand how it works and what interesting aspects it could provide. For me, it's not like a revolution or something. It's kind of like next step forward and lots of hype, lot of negativity. So you need to understand, like, you should eat your own dog food if you want to go in this direction, right? So basically, that's what one of the point why I'm just exploring them for my portfolio, doing that. Nothing more.
Oh, that's amazing. So it's interesting. We'll lead into the next question I want to ask you guys. We don't have that much time. Although we are the last, so we can have some overtime. A little bit. You want to go home. Quick, we'll round off into the next point, which I want to ask you guys. Let's try and keep this brief. Is how would we build community? So we're actually debating if you need a community in these web. So we're up to the level now where we're taking Web2 games and just improving them rather than calling them Web2, Web3. And now we're debating if you need a community. But if you do have a community, how would you mark them? How would you grow this community in Web3 gaming?
Well, again, if you're talking about Web3, this is the technology which facilitates decentralized kind of democratic creation. So everybody can participate. So you can, for example, you have this open API, so you can start with developers, each of who will make their own contribution. Then you have gamers who can leave their feedback. So everybody is, so you can create communities around the development of platforms. So everybody will participate,
Let's go back to what you mentioned before, Aaron, about, go ahead. No, you can complete your own comment.
Yeah, so you can totally do that, right? You look at projects like Decentraland, that's essentially what they are. The developers came together, they made a project, and then they kind of left it to grow on its own. And the communities came together, people bought land, people built, and people developed. But what they didn't do was they didn't finish the project before they put it out. So the easiest way to grow a community, yes, you can create something that's decentralized, 100%, put it out there, and then let the people build it out. That's what Albion Online did. Albion Online came out in 2017, still has millions of players today. If you're creating something and then you're putting it out, you just need to make sure that it's 100% complete. And it's good enough that once people come and they continue to build on what you've already done, that it is polished.
Perfect. That would be a perfect way. Slava, wrap us up on this point.
I really like this topic because we have a lot of experience building.
We could go on for hours, but I don't think Olga will be happy.
And like the main thing that there's so much mechanics of building communities that a lot of projects like just don't utilize properly. I have previous experience asking a marketing agency what's the difference between referral program and ambassador program. And they was like, oh, it's almost the same. But no, it's not the same. Like, and when you collect all these mechanics, like, and put it with your development roadmap together, you can gain a lot of users. Actually, we grow our community from 0 to 200K in 4 months. Like because we were super fast, you know. Like we develop in like nights and
Incredible.
update, more events every day, and this everyday contribution makes the most last go in retention. Because
For sure.
anyway,
So I promised experience and knowledge, and I think we got a nice dosage of knowledge and understanding in how the industry works. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for being part of this panel. I learned a lot. I'm sure everyone learned a lot. And just to wish up, go ahead.
I have a question. Is my mic on? Yes.
Go
mic is
ahead.
on. Okay. So
Who's coming to Dubai? Oh,
Who's coming to Dubai? All
I'm
right,
coming.
Everyone.
There we are.
Come to Dubai, Habibi. So we were supposed to also have a session on Gamify on this track. I hope it will happen in Dubai though, but this is a little Gamify question, plays or earn question. So earlier today and even yesterday, we were speaking about mass adoption in regards to having this flawless user experience when you don't have to care about how blockchain works, how crypto works, right? You just instantly, stash crypto in your digital wallet, or you use decentralized networks as you, let's say, watch TV and you don't have to care how it actually works. So for gaming experience, as a mom, I have a teenage kid who plays Roblox, he plays Fortnite, he plays it all, and he's actually more knowledgeable in all this stuff than I am, even though I'm in the industry. So let's say when he turns 18, I would like him to have a wallet, right, which would be, extensively stashed with some crypto. One of the best ways to do so is to let him earn within the games. So if he's a part of this community, which games would you recommend to adopt? To, approve the download on his smartphone?
So before I even answer, I think, how old is he today? 16? 17?
Not that old.
14?
11.
Oh, 11. There's no way we can answer the question today for 7 years' time. But definitely, I have no many games, but you guys are bigger gamers than I am. Slava? Aaron? Go ahead.
a super interesting question. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what, Slava, answer the question for today so we can understand
today.
the
No.
mentality today. And then go
Long
ahead.
term, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see what
But
happens.
it's an interesting question for today to know which games today would be suitable to be able to earn revenue, to be able to fill up your wallet, to be able to use it.
In a secure and safe and transparent way, given that they're underage.
Environment.
Yes.
I remember last year or 2 years ago, there was NFT Worlds on Minecraft that was taking off. But then Mojang completely shut that down. To my knowledge, there aren't really any games that people can go into and earn cash just because.
No, not cash, crypto.
Crypto, yeah. I mean, you think about it. The more players play the game, the more crypto there is, the less that crypto is worth, right? Supply and demand.
The token, right.
The token, the more of this token that exists, the more it's going to crash. And that's what happened with NFT Worlds, with Worlds. Way before Mojang came and shut that down, Worlds just completely lost its value. So I would encourage more for what skills can be built and not just how can your child actually come out with a wallet once they're 18. What skills can be used to then continue furthering their education to get a larger wallet once they're 18 and over?
I want to add to that. Something I spoke about this morning is that we had a meeting with about 30 or 40 people who I do mentoring for, and we were talking about, someone's like, oh, I want a Web3 job. And there's no magic in Web3. Money just doesn't suddenly grow in wallets and trees. And therefore, the only way to be able to gamify and actually make money in Web3 games would be an adaptation from Web2. But that doesn't really exist. There's Twitch, there's a few different platforms where you can earn money. But Web3 doesn't just generate money that you can be able to make money. So if the platform would exist in Web2, we could try and take advantage and move over to Web3. But I don't think it exists for simple that reason, because the second you're giving out money, everyone's going to join. Once everyone joins, you can't give out a lot of money, and therefore it becomes difficult to be able to sustain that kind of model in a gamified way.
Yeah, well, Fortnite has its own currency, but it's not in a Web3 wallet. It's not like tokenized or anything. What if they do that?
the problem is that then how would you be able to, once you're creating massive supply, how would you be able to keep the value of it into anything significant that he would be able to use it to purchase anything? Because, like you said,
Yeah, but you see, that's the issue.
Go ahead.
So, as Ola mentioned, you have currency in Fortnite, but you can use it in Fortnite. So once you expand this, I'm not talking now about using this in offline, for example, converting it to fiat
You can
money.
just convert it to, I don't know, Ethereum or stable
the problem is that the Fortnite value isn't valuable. It has no value out of Fortnite.
Or use it for buying some stuff in Roblox, for example, just to mention for something else.
Convertible.
For example, if you're not very good in one game, but you are very good in another game, why not use your skills there? So that's.
I think the closest we have, in fact, to this would be Robux on Roblox. Once you have enough Robux, you can then withdraw that in actual cash. And Robux can be used across every single game in Roblox, and there are millions of these games. But usually, we haven't really seen a play-to-earn model on Roblox that actually makes sense, unless it's, for example, a giveaway to the top 3 players on a particular game. What is a way to make Robux from Roblox is to actually create a game that is well designed, that you can have hard skills from software. You can have soft skills, and you're building out your marketing plans and your social network. And then if that game is if it's a success, they can actually earn the Robux back, and that can be then transferred back into cash.
But again, wouldn't the value then go down if you want to ever take out the cash? It'd be a very, very small, significant amount.
I believe it's around 30% of the value at which you buy. But you can make a game for free. You can publish it for free. You don't have to put any money in. If the game is then making Robux, you can take the money out. So it's still profit.
It'll be some kind of rev share that you'll be able to create with adverts or anything like that. Yeah, for sure.
Another business idea.
Yeah, look at that.
Actually, guys,
brainstorming.
Already put everything. What I want to add is Web2 games from the start designed to put money in and not get back, because you're playing for fun, you spend money, and like
the earn element.
Yeah, it's the same. And if, for example, if I were you with your kids, probably I will find some GameFi project or NFT who teach what is economy, how token growth happens, how market works. Because how you can earn if you don't know how market works?
Financial education, basically.
So we have to keep these things separate.
Yeah, but given how much time kids spend playing nowadays,
we have to find a way to generate revenue on
sometimes
on the game.
Exactly.
Right. We're trying to
This is our question, right? Child don't care.
No, they actually do. Andre Fluellen, who was here on this stage earlier, he said, try to make money out of something that you're already doing. That's what I was thinking. Kids are playing games.
That's a good thing. A lot of businesses around kids were built from account growth. Like games like Supercell, like Clash Royale, a lot of kids grow in their accounts and they'll sell somewhere. Why Supercell don't create marketplace for this? Because they don't want to control their money and their market inside their product. They're not giving it outside. So everyone can trade and do whatever they want, dump the price of this account. So a group of kids can decide how much will Clash Royale account cost. No, I don't think so.
Same thing kind of happened with World of Warcraft as well. Like, World of Warcraft was huge. It still is huge. There are accounts that you can buy on like Amazon and eBay that go into the millions. And these would all come from having this one in-game token that is unique for whoever played on March 4th of 2008, for example. So there are plenty of ways to do it. I'm also a firm believer of the let kids be kids, where they don't need to be worrying about these things. Education is super important, though. So if you can push them onto a platform that's going to teach them, that's going to arm them with the knowledge, once they are of age, once they are old enough to make their own financial decisions, then that's probably the way to go. And just let them enjoy themselves as they go along.
Sustainable parenting. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thanks, everyone.